It's like me. Actually, me. Flags over here.
I was just thinking, yeah, oral surgery.
Uh-huh.
If you had wooden teeth, that wouldn't be a problem.
I got a couple gold ones though.
And your George Washington teeth.
Yeah, no. Yeah. All right, we'll call the Candidates Town Board meeting to order. And I'm gonna ask the clerk to call roll first.
Oh, really?
That's right.
I'm still standing. Supervisor Singer, here. Councilman Stat,
Here.
Councilwoman Crowley, Councilman Frazier,
Here.
Councilman Gronwall.
Now we stand to salute the flag.
Right,
That's in this corner.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a motion to approve the July 13th minutes.
Motion approved.
I'll second.
Any corrections or comments?
There might be,
What?
I don't recall a mayor being at our celebration.
Dr. Kennedy was there.
No.
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 I'll take her
It
off.
was she was a city supervisor.
I'll take her off.
Okay, sorry about that, but just to make it accurate.
I don't know who they were. I just know.
Yeah,
And she was one of the city supervisors.
Steve and Kennedy were city supervisors, but yes.
All right.
Small one, sorry.
All approved. Aye. Okay, at this time, I'll open the public hearing to hear comments pertaining to the inspection report filed by the code enforcement officer regarding property located at 5526 County Road 36, resulting in an emergency order to vacate and condemnation of the property. Does anyone like to address the board regarding that? I have the report.
Yes, I'm the new property owner of
Yes,
the place, and I've started cleaning up the whole situation, which you've probably seen pictures of, and it's not pleasant. No,
no,
it's not.
thank you very much. for
Absolutely.
Addressing that and working with Joe.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just waiting for the demolition permit to be approved, and then I can take the trailer apart and demolish it, so
All right,
it should be good.
a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Oh, yes. And being the neighbor for the last 10 years, it's been a headache. So, I mean, this is a big step forward for everyone, I believe, so.
Well, like I say, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a question whether we needed to go any farther, and I said, no, you were working with Joe, so we were all set with that, so. Perfect.
This primarily was for
The tenant,
the tenant that was there, yes. This would be the post hearing to give him his due process.
So he's out of there now?
yes,
Yes.
yeah, he was removed, and then they had to rescue some animals, and then he was charged with neglect and abandonment of the animals, so.
And don't I see a chain across the driveway?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, until you get the buildings down.
Correct.
All right.
Was there a guy and a girl that lived there?
I'm not, we're not
Supposed to.
We're not sure,
Right.
actually. Yeah,
Right.
at the point that I went and did an inspection, there wasn't supposed to be anybody living there.
Oh, nobody at all.
Yeah, that's the reason I had to condemn it, because there was somebody living there, because there was no utilities
water.
to the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's right, because they said they gave you permission to shut it off, the judge. did.
That's right, he wasn't
Yes.
here at the last meeting, so, right.
Yeah, so subliminally, we got a court order from the judge, because Paul Miller.
Yep.
Had to foreclose on the property in order to get them off of the property.
Okay.
So then he filed for a turn off. And in that resolution, he had said that they had to vacate the premises immediately. And then, we assumed that they had moved out. We got to shut off, turn the water off, and then when I went, I think it was a month and a half later to do an inspection, on the outside of the property, he was there, actually made contact with them.
They're still in that hole.
Was the inspection because they were ordered to vacate and you were inspecting it for the new owners or?
No, yeah, so the reason for the inspection was because Dan had officially purchased the property, provided a deed for me. And then had asked me to go up and do an inspection to give him a final report of what he needs to do to get
Oh, to
everything.
be in compliance.
With the property.
Right.
And I hadn't been up there since, I don't know, it's probably been a year and a half. Cause our civil attorney Sheila recommended I don't go up there again because it
Right.
was posted.
Good job. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Make the motion?
I'll
Second,
second.
all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried. Anything else for privilege of the floor? All right, moving on, communications on file with the town clerk, distributed to the board. With some being newsletters being available that I can either send them or copy them to everybody after the fact. Reports, town clerk.
Paying to the supervisor for the general fund, $1,829.13. For water billing, $22,888.65. DEC, $122.84. Animal population control fund, $17. Marriage licenses, $22.50, and a donation to the animal shelter, $4.50. For a total disbursement of $24,884.62.
Motion to accept the town clerk's report. Second.
The questions, comments, all in favor? Opposed, anything else?
And just FYI, license sales have started and all the questions for all the changes DEC has made in the process and the hunters aren't super happy about, but
Nobody's usually too happy about anything the state changes.
they're attempting to make the hunters take a doe before they get their, if they get the bow and archery and muzzle loading privilege. Normally they would get an antlered tag and they don't now.
Right.
They have to get the doe first. They still get the main antler.
You get
Yeah.
one, but you don't get two.
Well, you can,
But you have to submit.
yeah, and you have to send them a picture of the deer head to prove it was a doe you shot. And then they're gonna populate their file with the antler tag. And if they don't have an email and they have to come in and get the tag from me, then they're
Wow.
gonna charge. I don't know how much, but
More about people quitting.
I know, that is gonna be an issue.
and there's an option for 2 additional doe tags under the DMP process. But the majority of the hunters around here hunt in Canada, so there's 1 unit.
Mhm.
And that second window that we got doesn't have that unit in it.
This isn't in it.
8N is in the main one. And I've never seen it unlimited 100%, never, the probability. But that second pop-up does not have 8N in it,
Need each.
probably. But there would be the November 1st round anyway.
Yep.
But no changes in prices this year.
It's just a different way to collect money.
Well, and they still want to get more emails so that everybody goes directly to them and cuts us out.
It's just like not sending your renewals for you get emails for renewals for your registrations and stuff
No.
now, so you do it online and the county gets nothing.
Oh, that people forget about it.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Supposedly, it's their way of cutting costs of not mailing those out.
Yeah, right. And this flyer just came in today. There's a mattress recycling event, August 29th. There's copies on the counter.
So if we need a mattress, we can go to that.
If you want to use one.
You have your choice.
Big choice.
That's all I.
All right. And nothing specific to the, historian, code enforcement. Anything besides our fun, anything you wanna point out?
Just that Christina and I have been in contact with FEMA representative John. About the new maps that are, the new preliminary maps that have come out. If we had
Revised map.
with an explanation of what they did, the new maps themselves. We have them digitally. John said that they did send them a copy to me and a copy to Christine, the paper versions, but we haven't received them yet. We have till
August 27th or
Yeah.
something like that
to
to
review.
do an appeal.
Well, they don't call it an appeal, they call it comments.
No, yeah, for a comment period. Okay.
Yeah, because the appeal process has already happened, so this is,
And are they available to the public, the new map, the revised maps?
There's
no,
there's a website.
I don't believe they are.
Okay, but I'll go.
I can send you copies.
Send you the link.
And
Well, I think-
since you brought it up, you are in the floodplain.
Oh, I know,
But you know what that means?
very aware,
You know what that means?
yeah,
It means if you don't have a mortgage, you don't have to do it.
correct.
If you have a mortgage,
You have to have flood insurance.
you have flood insurance. And even if you don't have a mortgage, if you go to sell your property, then the new buyer would have to have.
You got it.
And in addition to that, I got it right here. Chris Vastola can keep me accurate, but back in 2023, the first floodplain was at 808.7 feet above. sea level.
Mhm. Yeah, it consumed most of the park.
In late June of 2026, based on engineering work done by Rambo in Syracuse, paid for by Richmond.
Richmond, yeah,
They
Daryl.
challenged that.
you betcha.
So late June of 2026, they reduced it from 808.7 to 807.6. So
Mhm.
basically a foot.
A foot.
Now, the real kicker, as far as I'm concerned, and Chris and I had several conversations about this. I have lake level data going back to 1955, courtesy of the USGS. The highest lake level recorded was 806.5.
Mhm.
A foot lower than the current floodplain.
Yes, and that was those two floods, when all the creeks were backed up.
Yeah, one of them was Hurricane Agnes in 72. No.
To put it in perspective, given your lifetime living on Honeywell Lake,
Mhm.
the highest was the March, April of 2023. It was 806. So if you can imagine what it looked like in March and April of 2023,
Mhm.
that's 806. The new floodplain is 807.6.
Mhm.
So a foot, 1
Foot and a half. Yeah,
1.5 foot higher.
Which is a lot of water,
that's a lot of
and a
water.
lot of shoreline.
Now, in the first preliminary maps they put out, they put in effective. How many properties were gonna be negatively impacted? I believe it was above 100 in Canada.
Easily.
Yeah, but I didn't, there was nothing in the current email from John about how many are affected with this current map, so I was gonna. email.
Linda Phillips could answer that question in Ontario County Planning.
Well, she actually wouldn't answer that.
She was,
Cause
we
we
were
asked her
there.
there.
we were there.
Okay,
She said that she could only give us very
They,
minimal vague information.
until we got our actual stuff.
Right,
well, I'll give you a different answer. When I look at the digital maps, there's a lot of properties in Southwest
Southwest
Shore
Shores.
Sure,
and everything around California Ranch.
right.
Sunset on the south, the point itself, I
Uh,
forget the name of the road you live on.
Lakeview.
right.
That, all that is in the floodplain.
yes, and like I say,
Ranch
it's like
shores.
the first two roads of the park now. Yeah,
Can you send that map to all of us?
Well,
I can.
there is a link on
I will.
our website, but it goes to the initial preliminary map. So maybe if we get them digitally, Eileen can change those maps on there. to the
Internally,
preliminary.
yeah.
But we also have a time frame once we get them to adopt them into the code as well.
Right.
Sure.
And when we were over there speaking with Linda, we were there for twofold. Actually, I made the appointment for us to talk to the new director over there, Matt Sousa, and it ended up being Tom Lyon. I had originally reached out to Tim Jensen because they didn't have a director at the time for a while. When I first reached out, we were over there talking about the solar law and the points that Joe had brought up. Fortunately, Matt has got a lot of background with solar law and working with solar projects and everything. So they're going to work with us with what our law is, you know, beef it up, come up with a draft for us, and we'll go back and we can go back and forth, and the planning board can also look at it. And the idea is not only for our law, but to actually develop a model law. It'll kind of be a plug and play for any of the other small towns and stuff that wanna beef up their solar laws with everything, with the push that's been going on. And try to navigate the ORES stuff for projects. For large projects, because Joe's gotten a couple of emails, I've gotten emails of ones putting feelers out to put in solar projects.
Yeah, developers, and I've gotten to, I know you've gotten one call about it, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
I up until that day, I didn't know you had gotten any
Yeah.
either.
I got one too, so, they started on that, it was a great meeting. Big accolades to Joe for the work he did and the research and all the points that he brought out. Matt, when he first approached him, and he was making a list of the things that he wanted to look into, and it's basically all the stuff Joe had already covered, so. So, yes, very good job. So we'll be getting more information and stuff and working with that one.
So one thing I noticed about the report, can you look at the renewed permits? It almost looked like there were duplicates in that group of 10. And all I was
From
looking at,
this month to last month?
No,
it's in this month. Did you notice it, Ted?
I saw that. It's
They're the same
Just-
names, but they're for different. Okay, electrical service upgrade in mudroom remodel.
Yeah, for Bob,
Laura?
correct?
Oh, they are different. 124. See the addition 96.25 square foot. And then the new geo. Those look duplicated, and then the next two look
Yeah,
duplicated.
there are duplicates in there.
Okay. Because when I saw 10, I was like, wow, those guys are busy. I always look when it's a high number. See what you guys are.
Look, even if it's not a high number.
She's not alone.
They wanted to feel like they're doing the report for nothing.
Yeah, because they got the same permit numbers.
Yeah,
Yep, same numbers.
Thank you.
Oh, and there goes Lunzer's file. That's what he wants to do with it eventually.
this particular one.
We killed a bunch of trees for that sucker. Okay, moving along, planning board.
All right, the planning board met July 27th. We have the minutes distributed to you. We're all caught up on old business. We did have a new business, a site plan application. A property purchased by Andrew Downey and Danielle Ballard. We Road 37 across from F. Walters. Down the field, it's a pre-existing non-conforming lot. No road frontage. They do have rights of way across two different tax maps, so their site plan proposal is to construct a long driveway and build a single family residence down just on the brink of the hill, looking eastward. Because there's more than 1 acre of land disturbed during the construction, it required DEC
Speedy's permit and SWIP permit. And so they've been a long time getting those, but those have been completed. Engineers' plans have been completed adequately. And so we've spent a lot of time with the Downies. Rich Winterman and I have met with them many times here. Joe has helped get us started on that. So it was approved. They just have to provide the final signed site plan. There were a couple of minor things that I had to do. So as soon as they do that, get it to us, they'll be applying for building permits and you'll start to see some work out there. They're very anxious to get that done. So that was, we had a nice long meeting and discussion on that with the full board because there were lots of questions. And then the other new thing is that our alternate member has resigned, Gwen Hopkins. She joined about a year ago. She's resigned. She's going to become a board member of the Little Lakes Community Center over in Hemlock. It suits her background more, and she feels she can be more effective there. A little more interest there. So we're going to have an opening for an alternate member on the planning board. And that's really all we had.
Great. Did you receive a copy of her resignation? No?
I haven't
You
received.
haven't received it yet? Okay.
I told her she
He
needs
let
to.
me know and gave me her book.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
returned her materials. The
Did you recruit Dan on the way out?
he's gonna get his name.
He's got his hands full for a little while.
It sounds it.
And I think he's gonna mention to her about the comp plan.
I did. She said she was gonna drop that off when she has to drop off a voucher, but she did return her code book.
Yes.
already. So,
I'm not gonna keep a list of those. There never was one, but
Right.
because they're new,
Right.
if somebody leaves right away, I'll just recommend they turn it in.
Turn it in with their code.
and she said she'd drop it off. She doesn't have a need
Need to
for
keep
it.
it.
You know, there's already one at the town clerk. There's one at the Honeyway Library as well.
Yeah.
Zoning board, do you want to give a little update on all the fun that's been happening with? I'm looking back.
I'm looking back.
Well,
Oh, with
Brownell and-
Brownell.
yeah,
There's what we would call a right of way, Dragonfly Lane. It's supposed to be dedicated in the zoning maps as a private drive, but it's not. And according to our code, you know, private drive is any access to 3 or more properties. And Dragonfly Lane is not anywhere on our zoning maps and it's not dedicated as, so that was the first problem. Second problem, a pole barn was approved for Mr. Brownell's property. He got a 2-foot variance. They built the pole barn. Pole barn was 2 foot over the property line into the right of way. But it's really not a private drive, it's just a right of way owned by the property owner to the south of him. So he wanted to correct the problem before they sold the property, so now it's,
Plus his well was not on his property.
yeah. So the well, he initially thought he was gonna need a variance for as well. But because the well is deeded in the deed access, he didn't need the variance for the well.
Right.
So he wanted to purchase some of the right of way from Deborah Pecora, which would initiate a subdivision. And we went through with it. He had to get another variance for the barn because it's still gonna be 14 feet away and not 20. And so the variance board approved that. And then it went through planning and now we're just waiting on final maps, but Eric's obtained a real estate attorney who thinks that this has been done incorrectly.
Okay.
So this matter might end up going further than it needs.
and his attorney's been communicating with Sheila,
Cool.
so.
Okay.
So that's an update with the zoning board, and we also have 3 members that are resigning at some point between now and December 31st. So we're gonna be in an extreme need. We think, we've had feelers out there and we've had people
Three?
email and. Yeah, it's 3 full-time members. And
Who's the
then
third
one
one? I know it's
alternate.
Linda and Ed.
Linda, Ed, and Laura.
Laura's already gone though.
Yeah, so,
I thought you meant 3 more.
no, sorry.
That would be the
That's
worst.
bad.
So, we need 3 full-times and then an alternate, so.
And I have put the ad in the penny saver.
Yeah, and we have 3 resumes that have been turned in, and hopefully 2 are gonna show up at the meeting on Wednesday.
All right. Jeremy.
Right. Well, we are just about complete with second round roadside mowing. We're down on 36 right now, just need to head back north. We did take delivery of the new John Deere boom tractor and have put it into service. It's a lot more complex than the old one was as far as computers and all that fancy electronic stuff. So it did take a couple of days of us sitting and messing around in the shop trying to figure that out. But it works really good. One concern we have is the ditch line down on 36 where all the water district has their valve covers. Some of them were marked. There's still quite a few where, they're sticking up a foot out of the bottom of the ditch, and when the grass is tall, you can't see them. And with this new mower, the old mower was a flail mower that spun with knives on it. This new mower is a rotary mower that has 3 huge giant knives, and it will decapitate those right off if it hits it. And it's end up flying.
Excellent.
So we would like to mark them with either like a wood stake painted blue, or I don't know if you want to go as far as delineators with the little blue V's like we had before.
I think we should go with the delineators because the wood ones are just gonna rot
Rot.
and get nasty and get knocked down easy. If we put the metal delineators in there, they're gonna hold up much better.
Okay. No, is that something that the
Water district will pay
has?
for.
Okay. So we're continuing to help our neighboring towns pave. We've been in Naples, South Bristol, Richmond, or Richmond today. We even helped the county down on 36 up in Richmond. So that's been taking at least 2 trucks for pretty much every week. So we did some wedging, fixed some winter damage over on the intersection of South Old Bald Hill and 15A. It's kind of a contention between who actually has the maintenance on that, whether it's the state or that's town road. Seems like every year the state responsibility gets further and further away towards just their road. So we just said screw it and we did it.
Yep.
Soup coat was also back last week. We did our top coat chip seal wear course on the Cold and Place Recycle over on the north end of South Old Bald Hill. Now, all we've got left to do is put the shoulders back on that road, and that project will be complete. Started round 20 WQIP Fleximat. So we took delivery of the rolls of Fleximat, and we're working over on Purcell Hill Road right now. Just down below Canada's Hollow Road. So we've got 4 rolls installed already, and once we get done helping Richmond tomorrow, we'll jump back at it to finish the week out. That ditch was 13 feet deep. And so it is using a lot of fill to bring the level back up. Right now, we're a nice easy swale that's 8 feet wide, and it's from the surface of the road is probably only 4.5, 5 feet down to the bottom of the ditch. So it is definitely recoverable now if someone were to venture off into it. So then we got a little bit up above that on the south side of the road on Purcell Hill and then the top of Lukenbach. So the county's contractor for centerline road striping was here. They done 7 3/4 miles. The remainder of it will be submitted for round 3. The county itself and the majority of towns within the county are having lots of issues with that contractor again. So I know some of us have reached out to another road striper that has worked, that won the county bid before, and are having them do our work. I might look into that as well, just to make sure that it actually happens. Let's see. So, seeing budgets coming around, we've been talking about updating the Midland shoulder machine that's shared between the 5 towns. So that's a 2007 unit. It'll be 20 years old next year. It's definitely tired. It has a hard time pushing trucks, especially here in the hills, which is pretty much everybody that owns it, except for East Bloomfield. So when we get into a situation like that, we're only putting a bucket and a half of material on the truck to be able to push it instead of 3. So it does take a little bit longer to actually get work done. I did find a used machine up at Monroe Tractor in Henrietta. We went and looked at it last week. Got initial price from them on Friday. I think you could probably do better, but we are also looking around with to see what else we can find to compare it to.
Are all the towns that are involved in it on board with?
All the highway superintendents are. I'm trying to find something and get a price, so they have something to take to their boards first.
Okay.
It'll be the same way as the original contract was. It's based on road mileage.
Road mileage, right.
So it's broken up in percentages based on the amount of road mileage that each town has. With
And we're the one that financed it.
right.
It went through us.
And we store it, we do all the maintenance.
What's the first shot over the bow?
210,000.
Okay.
For a machine, a 2022 machine that's got 359 hours on it.
How is that in terms of age? Is that young, middle age?
It's basically just been used in their rental fleet.
How is it in terms of being far enough out of COVID era?
2022. I couldn't answer that. Anything has got,
I get
I
it.
mean, I still got issues with non-COVID era stuff that I'm buying right now,
I
so.
get it. Just asking.
What's the new one cost?
That same, so it's 210,000 for used is the price he gave me. He also gave me,
Probably.
I had him give me the brand new price off of
8 bids.
Sourcewell contract, and it's 330,000.
That's just our portion, the 2.
No, that's the.
No,
total
that's
cost.
for the whole entire
Total
unit.
cost.
So yeah, that's still a work in progress.
What is our percentage?
Our percentage is, it's like 26%, I think.
We're one of the higher ones.
Us and West Bloomfield are the lowest two. Bristol is the highest, East Bloomfield, Richmond, then it's us and then West Bloomfield.
Um. Has any of that mileage changed on any of them? You know,
I don't believe so.
maybe, I think you might want, and just to make sure,
Right.
you know, so that we're given the right percentages when we, you know, kick something out to the town boards for their budgets.
East Bloomfield would probably be the only one that I could think of that could possibly have changed.
Change.
I don't see any development happening in any of the other.
Yeah, but if they bumped everybody else, shifts.
Yeah, then it shifts, right?
All big
Okay.
math test.
Yep. Yeah, I wrote that first contract.
Thank you.
Jersey Hill.
Jersey Hill.
Jersey Hill.
So since I turned in my report, I have received the proposal from
Thanks. Actual contract,
yes, the contractor, GSI and what the.
Access Limited.
Access Limited is they're also the company name. I did forward that email to all of you, so you had time to look at it. I did speak with Jonathan, who's our engineer from BNL this morning, as well as John from Access Limited. We're trying to set up a video conference call for Friday morning to get together as a group and discuss this, but I did bring up a few questions that I noticed. One was Area 3 wasn't gonna have any work done to it other than guide rail. So I questioned that. I did actually go and look at it today as well. Their opinion was that it didn't have an active slide present there, and that they felt that there was enough vegetation that was still holding the ground. It is one of those areas that has Jersey barriers. That's why we probably put guide rail up.
For a period of how long?
What's that?
Area 3, it says area 3 was not included in our scope, so they were, you know, very transparent about it.
Right.
We don't touch it at all, we go back in a year.
They weren't planning on touching it at all,
Cool.
other than guide rail. Get rid of the Jersey barriers. So with the soil nails, what they're proposing is 30 to 40 foot self-screwing rod that would basically go into the bedrock underneath the road. And then they have 3 different end options for it. One of them is an L bracket that goes on there. So if they need to add material back to the shoulder, they put this L bracket on there, and then they encase it in like a chain link fence, and then they spray shotcrete over the entire surface of it, and then backfill that with flowable salt. That's what they're thinking they're gonna do at the failure site. Down 25 feet, and then create a ledge for that to sit on, and then maybe regrade down to the creek. What they're thinking is that they stabilize the road area that will hold the weight of the road itself, and they're not overly concerned with what's happening down below that. I don't know enough about it to be confident in that question, or in that answer, but that's why I'd like to get on this phone call with the other engineer on Friday, and want to probably reach out to Chris Day tomorrow and get his opinion on that, because I know he's dealt with them himself, so. There is,
On the lower slope, I mean, even regrading it, whatever, I'm just. Well, like I say, we can talk about it when we do the call, but I really think that some type of, retaining mesh or something from the base of where everything is toenailed in down over there after they regrade I'd feel more confident with.
yeah, there's just something there to
Yeah,
stabilize.
stabilize it to keep it from sloughing off, yeah.
What area are you talking about?
I'm talking, if you look
4
at
and
the,
5,
if you're looking on any one of them,
right?
on any one of them, where they're talking about this lower part of just regrading,
No, she's talking about which area you're talking about.
any one of them that are gonna have this done.
So 4 and
Yeah.
5.
Yeah,
That's-
if any one of them are gonna hit, and that are gonna have this done,
Okay.
some type of stabilization mesh or something,
Yeah.
again, toenailed right into this,
Gating, something,
something,
something to hang on to the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's traveled down Route 15 and gone through just outside of Harrisburg where and I know that's mainly for rock falls and stuff like that, but they put up that really
Mm-hmm.
aggressive wire, almost cable type mesh and toenailed it in there, for rock slides, but we got the same thing here. I just, for long term, I think, just putting it up there, if you lose something below that part, we're back in the same thing at trying to build up underneath what's toenailed into the bedrock.
Yeah, from talking to him this morning, he feels pretty confident that, it would have to be a really substantial undermine, almost back like halfway underneath the road where it would,
Oh, once he
Where it
gets
would
into the
fail?
bedrock?
yeah, for what his scope of work to fail. He said they do have this as a 75 to 100-year design life on the materials, and they do a 5-year work warranty for the project. There is some wiggle room in there for us to do some of the work, like the excavation work ourselves. The number that he has in here for excavation, that is if they do 100% of the excavation, so. In some of those, look, there's area number 6, there's a large fill limestone boulder stack wall in there. If we were to go in there and remove that, so they didn't have to do that, that would save the town some money. We could in turn use that towards the 25% contribution that we're required to do for the grant.
Are we gonna
In a
have
way.
to get any type of temporary right of way easements and stuff to go up in from the bottom? down?
That's something we're gonna have to do with
That's
the engineer.
That's my question coming from a permitting standpoint, because I just got a final survey for Todd Gert's pole barn there. And looking at the final survey,
Yeah,
all of that work they're doing
Right.
about his property, and
Right.
and I asked him if he had received anything or been in contact with anybody about it, and he said no, so
Right.
I don't know how that starts or when it starts, so.
Right. I'll probably not until we execute contracts. And the one
Right.
question I had when we came in and we'll sort that out. Since this grant, it's basically soil and water that applied for the W-Quip grant, even though we have to put the money out, we get reimbursed by. So I'm not sure whether it's soil and water that needs to execute this with the contractor or whether it's us. So that's another thing that we're gonna sort out in the next.
Is soil and water on the call with you?
They are not, but I will reach out to Megan and see if
Yeah, that might be smart.
I don't know, how much was the grant for?
Grants for 1.5 million, and the
1.5.
total project, you're talking close to 1.9.
Yeah.
So our portion's 400 and some odd thousand.
right. So the one thing that this proposal does not, well, there's a couple things that it doesn't include. They are gonna need trucking from us. Removal of the spoils. This does not include any kind of road repair. Like an overlay after they're done working on it, because they will probably damage the road to an extent.
Yeah.
And it does not include any guide rail.
Is there an estimated material usage and removal.
It's all, there's
Because
quite a bit here.
there's a minimum standard in there in our town code, whether or not you need to get local permits too. So if it's over 500 yards
Yeah, they don't,
of accumulated, brought in and taken out material.
yeah, I didn't see anything along those lines. One other thing, they are asking for, water supply,
Mhm.
so we
That
will
could be the fun one.
have to reach out.
1,000 gallons a day.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
what?
Well, for
That's the drills.
further drills, we're mixing
mixing the flow bill, the flow bill
Zachary.
stuff.
Yeah,
flowable fill will I think there's
Next to the-
It comes in a,
coming in a mixer truck.
Mixer
They're
truck.
gonna be buying that off the county bid, cause I just had to send them the, bid book this morning.
okay.
But they do mix the, Zachary and then
The
spray
acres.
that out of a bag, that comes in a bag. The last time I needed water, I was able to get a, hydrant meter from the city of Rochester.
right,
And then we put that down on 36, the bottom of Kratzy Hill, so. That would be an option for us as well.
Yep.
Yep. In hindsight, some sort of water fill station at the pump site, at the
the dehydrant.
house would have probably been a good idea.
We're still gonna have to truck water up there though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said that they would be able to supply a truck,
All
cause
they do is supply the water.
we just need to supply the water. Cause I don't, I think our tanks are like 350 gallons.
That's easy if they're gonna do the
Right.
truck.
good.
Yeah, they probably got a water truck. They probably got a tanker that they
Right.
use.
Alright. Any questions on Jersey O?
And all that stuff you're talking counts to 25%, repairing the road, the guardrail,
Yep.
The water.
water, all that stuff.
Anything that we do, all counts towards that.
I know Megan was, one of my last conversations with Megan is number one, she was waiting for this, then she was waiting for the final contract from the state to actually develop kind of the whole budget type thing. So we'll end up creating a capital project budget like we did with the water district and stuff like that. Once we have all the numbers, it'll go up to the 1.9
There any requirements for bond?
from them.
Backing from them, yeah.
No. No, there's nothing in there for that, that I'm aware of, but she hadn't gotten the state contract yet, so I don't know what the state's asking for. You know, the state contract for the money may have something else in
And
it.
like a maintenance bond,
Yeah. Well, any kind of bond, it could be
Right.
maintenance, could be emergency bond
right,
for that 5-year warranty.
right. The draw. Good ask.
Alright.
6 to 8 weeks, is that aggressive?
6 to 8 weeks. So when I was talking to him this morning, he's got 2 crews that are working in New York right now. One of them just started a new project. So he said that they would be 4 weeks on that project.
Oh, okay,
So-
that was my next question is how
So-
to mobilize.
He, essentially they could be here within 5 weeks. And he said this morning, if he needed to, he would put both of those crews on the
Here.
project.
Okay,
So,
He's talking 6 10-hour days,
right,
right,
so he's gonna rotate the crews out. That's the way it read.
Right.
so.
I told him basically my concern was that if I needed to repair the road, the asphalt plant closes the week before Thanksgiving.
Right.
But Megan needs a contract in place with the state. First,
Yes. I believe she got it. I believe she, like, I think of like a week or two ago, she finally got some confirmation and stuff.
I haven't talked.
I don't know whether she actually got the physical one yet, but she got yes.
I just
No, well, yeah, we know, yeah.
been
Yeah.
there, done that.
cool.
So,
All right, so our surplus equipment auction ends tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
And your truck keeps coming up on my Facebook feed.
Need a new truck?
No,
There has been some growing interest. I answered several phone calls on the pickup truck today. Someone came and looked at it. Someone was also at the shop looking at the trailer. So as of when I pulled in the parking lot, we're at 30,600 on the 10-wheeler. 17,000 on the F-250 and 3,800 on the trailer.
Where do you want to be?
So
I think he had 50 in his budget.
yeah. So usually within the last 1 hour of the auction, things start getting pretty
Yeah,
heated.
cool.
they get aggressive.
Yeah.
You're looking 50 grand for all three?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there now.
For income, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, originally I was figuring a little more for that, for the Mac 10-wheeler, but she struggled to make it through winter and we've had to do some a lot of kind of jimmy rigging to make it actually make it through winter, so it's being sold as is, and the air tanks all need to be replaced on it, which was almost $2,000 worth of parts in itself, and that's provided you could even get them, the fittings out of it, and so it's being sold as is, and it is in the description that the air tanks need to be replaced on it, so.
That's fair. And, you know, he's got the 50, so we're good. Yeah.
Couple other things that didn't make my report. So the third year for the Ontario County salt contract is this coming season. We just got the price from American Rock Salt. It's $58.24 for this year, increase of $5.20. Which is still substantially lower than the OGS at 77.46, so. Hopefully the county will rebid that again next year because that's been huge for us this past 3 years. And along with that, county's snowplow contract. I'd like to get rid of the Naples route.
Yes.
Do I have any objections if I move forward with that?
No, just don't burn any bridges with the county.
I have no.
But no, I agree.
Roads, but
There's, you know, there is a different board down there. Different, little bit makeup different of the board down there. Good. Unless they're all still afraid of boss.
well, I was under the impression that this was a temporary solution. And this temporary solution has been almost 15 years.
Has it been that long?
I don't think it's been that long.
2015, 2016, I think is when they started doing it.
So that's 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, that makes.
That hit temporary.
That's kind of
2 years
temporary.
ago.
Boss went away and then we could resolve that thing and
So with
he's
the,
never gonna go away.
with the old pickup truck, that thing's got 40,000 miles on it. And the majority of that is from wintertime checking roads and having to drive down
Way
to
down to
Naples
Naples.
this morning.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's. When we talk to, actually, when we're on the call on, Friday, we can also bounce it off Chris Day that we need to start. They need to extricate that one from that. And come up with something.
Right. I know South Bristol said that they would do it, but I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all I have.
See your note about the welcome signs. Would you like me to take them up to recycle?
Yeah, I've got, I've got one left to put up, because apparently, the one down on 36 at the south end of town was missing. So,
The old one was gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know, I'm assuming that some people probably want them. I didn't know how you wanted to handle that.
Chris wants one too. That one,
Anybody can take them and then
Yes.
whatever you have left, if you throw them in the empty salt barn and holler, I'll run them up to recycle.
All right, well, I've got scrap aluminum that we'll take back at some point, so
Fine.
Okay, so Jeremy. I think I know the answer to this question, but there's a reason I'm asking it anyway. The Canadice town line on 36, where's that? Where's the Canadice town line on 36?
It's actually kind of up near the bridge replacement.
It is.
Yeah.
It splits the bridge replacement.
Yeah.
So that is where the welcome to Canada sign is now, but for many, many, many years, it used to be at the DEC pull-off just by East Lake Road. It always used to be just by East Lake Road. Now it is up.
Crossroad.
Yeah, now it's by Crossroad and it's moved closer to Blueberry Hill, where the bridge was replaced.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the north side of Crossroad is ours and the south side is Springwaters.
But it's actually Richmond's, the north side of Crossroad is Richmond's.
Oh, the Canadice.
In about 500 feet,
Oh,
and
there you go.
then it's ours.
But the welcome to Canadice right now is close to the bridge that Springwater replaced, close to Blueberry Hill Road.
Down over there.
Yeah. I don't think that's Canadice, is it?
That's not Canadice. That's actually Livingston County.
Well, it really confused people.
Livingston County.
Welcome
Yeah,
Canadice. Well, anyway, you can check that out. We didn't get that, so. There used to be on the east side of 36th, roughly where Crossroad comes.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there between Crossroad and where they're currently replacing the bridge.
It's around there someplace.
Somewhere in
That's
there.
close. Okay. Alrighty,
All right,
Jerry.
I will be brief because Jeremy consumed an hour there. The lake is doing really well so far this year. Look at wood here. Not that Dorothy and I get any credit for this. But it is doing really well. I have not.
Not according to somebody.
Yeah. There's always.
Gotta love them.
It is doing well. And I wrote my report, which I gave you a week ago, predicting the Lakewood mix, and when I went out last Thursday, it has mixed. So the blue-green algae in the water column has increased. So we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. On July 23rd, I had held my quarterly watershed task force meeting. Normal project updates from soil and water and Ontario County Planning. Got approval to do a new project to take bottom sediment samples to measure the phosphorus and iron that are in the bottom sediments. And that's kind of a preparation for things that are going to come, but we've never done that all these years. So we're going to get some idea how much phosphorus and iron is down. And I can't remember if I said this or heard you mention his name, but Betsy Landry is going to retire in a few months.
Yes,
And Tom Lyons
Lyons.
is going to take over the wheat harvesting program.
yes. He's already doing a lot of work with it with her now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
She's not gone, so
No.
she's still,
She's transitioning to him.
she's transitioning. And just for color commentary, Tom Lyons is a relatively new employee of Ontario County Planning, but in his spare time, he's the mayor of Canandaigua, mayor of the city of Canandaigua.
Yeah.
So the mayor is going to run our wheat harvesting program. That's about it. Any questions?
I have one thing. There was a question. Not that one. On the biochar,
Yes.
is what was going to happen with the biochars after they're removed. So
Yes.
I asked, and it's basically activated charcoal. So it's a great soil amendment. And the mesh bags cannot be recycled and will most likely be disposed of in trash. So,
Well, that's too bad.
yeah. So they'll remove the inner material and just the mesh bags will be left to be disposed of.
Well, thank you. And since you brought up biochar, I don't have any lab data, but Finger Lakes Institute lab manager tells me that there is a significant reduction in phosphorus. But they have a.
On the downside of the biochars.
Downside. Yeah, the reason it takes a while is they're a New York State, I don't know what the letters stand for, ELAP certified lab. They're New York State certified. So they have to go through an approval process to. But he's telling me unofficially that, quote, it is working well.
So what are they gonna do with the phosphorus that they desorb from the charcoal?
Put it back in the lake.
You put it.
Well, you put it back in the soil. It's back in the lake.
Well,
Aren't they going to desorb it somehow before they recycle it?
Well, phosphorus needs to be added to farmers' fields and stuff for
Yeah.
crop growing.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be gone. It'll probably get put,
Yeah, you'll
We
have.
go on the
farmers
banks around
sign
the
up
lake
for
and
it.
it'll just roll back in.
but I mean, that's one of the things that with crop management and stuff like that. I know phosphorus and nitrogen and stuff like that have to be added into the soil a lot of times. So it's gonna be, and it's activated charcoal. So she said it'll be a great soil amendment. This is the response I got back from Megan from Soil and Water. So it'll probably go to farmers and stuff to be used with their fertilizer.
Thanks, thank you.
Fortunately, we don't have many active farms around Honeyway Lake, so. Alrighty, assessor's report has been given to the town clerk, on file with the town clerk and given to the town board members. We have a few cases that are going to small claims from the grievance day. Two of them, she doesn't think that they're gonna go anyplace with because the BAR already made an adjustment and they still went and filed for small claims. So she doesn't think, since the BAR already made an adjustment, she doesn't think that. The other two, we don't know yet, but nothing significant. They're not any significance, and she's given me the numbers for to work with the budget. So just getting things. Water district operations.
So, I looked year to date and, it's very similar. 5,535,000 in 2025, 5,565,000 in 2026. And then the other thing I would add is Joe and Eileen did a very nice job figuring out, a new, water, tenant, resident. And adjusting, the bill accordingly. So thank you for that extra work.
Sure. Thank you. I sent off an email to Nick Nochi and Steve Savage at MCWA requesting a meeting with them to discuss the change in operations for our water district. I believe Dave Rowley had already kind of mentioned to them, so, and I know they're aware of it, obviously, because we purchased the water from them, so they're very well aware of the system and everything that's there, so I have not heard back from them. Let's see, I sent it probably over a week ago,
Thank you.
but haven't heard anything back yet from them. I asked them to send me several dates and times that was convenient for them so that I could get with you for us to
Okay.
get with them. So hopefully we'll hear something from them soon, and I'm hoping that'll be an easy transition. Dave Rowley also sent along a couple other water district managers that, could, one out of Livonia, where was the other one? Naples. To take over to do the operations. The easiest one would be MCWA because we're buying the water from them. It's coming through them to begin with, but we shall see how that goes. Financial reports, I want to start with the MNB audit for 2025. Well, this is the draft and the final that I printed, and then they sent us the final ones. Krista and I had, if you want to call it an exit interview with them 2 weeks ago. And, Melissa, the lead that we worked with, everything was very positive. Compliments to Krista for the records that were turned over and how they were kept. Obviously, they identify a couple of things with internal controls and stuff, but they totally understand that we only have so many people to work with here. It's not like a big organization where you can have a lot of checks and balances. One of the things was the adopting the backup and retention policy that we got on here tonight. The disaster recovery plan that we passed out last month that Kate had worked on. A couple other small policies that I'm still pulling stuff out to work with to adapt it to us. But other than that, there were just a few small adjustments as far as bookkeeping adjustments that were put into the thing, but nothing significant. So it was very good. It was a very quick meeting. She liked driving all the way out here. So, budget guidelines for 2027. Thoughts? Questions, posies? Looking for input. One of my thoughts, I actually, before the meeting, I had looked at what I had done in the past. Was whatever's in the union contract for a dollar amount that increases the highway guys is what I applied to anybody making an hourly wage,
Percentage?
the dollar amount.
Okay.
Reason that is because if it's a 2 or a 2.5, or I think it's half out, 2.5 or 3.
2.5 or 3, something like that.
Something like that, or it's either the CPI from June 30th, which is probably gonna be above what is capped in the contract. It's not supposed to go below 1, and I think not over 2.5 or 3. Or the CPI, if it's somewhere in the middle. Just taking the number 2% and
A small number.
is a lot
Less.
smaller.
Than a big.
So what it was doing is it's widening the gap between and the hourly people. So what I did is I figured out whatever the hourly increase was, say it ends up being 45 cents, then everybody else got 45 cents. And then took that percentage and applied it to the salary people and everything else. Maybe not that percentage. That's what I'm looking for. What are you thinking as far as for anybody have any suggestions? I know for a lot of years, it was just 3%. It was always 3% across the board.
I Googled Ontario County and they're thinking 3 to 3.5.
Right. Our guidelines for the county budgets, which we start going into county budget reviews next week, is to try to maintain the 0.4s,
Okay.
which is your expense lines as close as possible. Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Exactly. And then, most of their wages are all, by the union contracts, which I think all of them are in their last year, they're up, most of them are up next year. So it's whatever it is for that year. I'm just looking if anybody's got any strong feelings one way or the other. Or, because Krista sent out the things asking for budget requests.
We
It covers.
have tried to bring up the bottom, if that makes any sense.
Yes, which is why I had gone to, instead of just the
Right.
same percentage across the lines, is going whatever, because basically our highest paid hourly are the highway.
Anyway,
So then I took that dollar amount and applied it to everybody else's hourly wage.
okay.
Sometimes it ended up, coming out to 5% or 7%.
For the bottom.
for the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah,
ones, to try to
Yeah.
keep from
Right.
getting that
Right,
separation of the gap.
right. So what if you did the budget like that and then we look to make sure that we're within,
Right,
range?
okay, yeah, because I'll be putting together the tentative budget to be sent out for the September meeting.
Okay,
And I'll have the information for our cap. Of what the cap thing is, yeah,
Okay, so we had talked at one point, like a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years ago, about the building over at the highway.
Yes.
And I know, we need money for Jersey Hill temporarily. Should we develop a plan for that highway building?
Absolutely.
I've already,
Been in
I've
there.
talked to.
I went and did this one.
I've been in there.
And I decided I wasn't gonna do a report on the inspection.
Okay.
Thank you. Town's benefit.
Trust me. Yeah.
I've talked to Jeremy, I've talked to Jeremy about that, he's got some ideas. And,
We actually did a preliminary design.
right,
Well,
Okay.
there was a review done 20 years ago.
I know.
I went through every word of that review.
well, what happened is then the Monaxa system was put in, and then the oil separator was put in, and then we
Just spent
redid
money.
the uprights,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of stuff that's been put into it. But,
Just a heads up, some of that heating equipment over there, I can't get parts for it.
right, so the thought
Okay,
is.
everybody gets a new code.
Joe, just look at Joe.
Yeah,
No,
we
what,
gotta figure that out.
well, but the thing is, take that preliminary, and I think we need to figure out on a engineering company to
Good,
do the engineering for it. The one thing is then we also have to kind of have a temporary thing as to what's gonna happen with stuff when that comes down till something is rebuilt, because we need to stay on that property.
right.
I mean, that's a non-issue. We do have, some flexibility a little bit, well, except for that 10-foot thing that goes right up through the middle of all of our property. But anyways. We'll have to get a license for a bridge. But yes, no, that's.
Okay. good.
If you go in and you go on the whiteboard behind the door in my office, you're gonna see my thing of dealing with the court building and the highway thing is what's on there.
Good. Good.
And so yes, we do need to address that thing
Yeah,
next.
We need a plan,
We
Stanley.
need a plan. We need a plan, get through the biggest concern is, if we get everything in line and then, cause I'm hoping it doesn't take as long to get the money back from Jersey Hill as it did the
Right.
water district.
Right.
11 years later. So hopefully, yes, so that is on there along with some other things
Good.
like flooring and carpeting and painting and
Good.
miscellaneous upgrades to both buildings here. What you are not getting is a town of Canandaigua or a town of South Bristol facility. You're not getting one of those.
Was pretty nuts.
There is actually, when we were over at rural development, when we were working on the water district, they do have facilities, grants and low interest loans, which are the same type of thing we have for the water district. So yes, the idea is that you have to have a plan, an estimated cost and all that stuff before you do the applications.
Mhm.
So yes, there is.
Good.
And they
There
should
is.
be able to start it if everything goes right, they should be able to start it in March. Have trucks in there by.
November, yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
It might not be complete.
I know, but the
Trucks.
truck, yeah, you can park
Yes.
the trucks, yeah.
Maybe more towards April. We still got snow in March.
I mean, it's gonna be a pre-engineered building anyway, so it's gonna be,
It should be, yeah.
it's not gonna be a long process.
Well, it shouldn't be. Doesn't seem like any major project we
True.
do ends up being a long process, unfortunately. So, all right. Financials. The general began with $928,790.65 and ended with $1,031,256.87. Highway began with $193,326.42 and well, that's not right. Okay.
Thank you.
It says it ended with $210,048.82.
We made money.
Profits.
Yeah, but there's.
Good work, Jeremy.
Well, no, because there's money elsewhere that's supposed to be used that's been put away, so it should be in that balance somewhere. So anyways, okay, so. I'm going, wait a minute, no.
Chris and I discussed this earlier, and she's gonna look at the balance.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So if you just, there's 190, okay. Water district began with $325,209.13 and ended with $319,645.81. And trust and agency began with $12,266.62 and ended with $2,534.35. And the beginning on that is high because it kind of crossed over a payroll date. It's one of those months that we had a high payroll. So. Alrighty, besides looking at where the missing money is from DA. It's there.
it is, no, it's there, yeah,
It's there.
it's just not in,
It's just-
reported,
It's not recorded in the right line.
right. It's not reported to the supervisor.
In the right line,
Yeah.
because I looked at all the bank statements in the New York class and everything totaled fine.
You're halfway there.
I'm halfway there. I just gotta get it in the right, lines. Anyways,
Cool.
okay. With that being said, motion to approve
Oh,
in a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Not really any need for any transfers at this point in time. So, unfinished business. Okay, does anybody have any comments on the disaster recovery plan?
Joe and I talked,
Okay,
and he is recommending an appendix for the, there's like 4 or 5 different responsibilities that the CEO has to take on during, a disaster.
okay,
And the question is, he's gonna point me to 1 or 2 samples. And the question that I will turn around and ask Jeremy is, should we do a like appendix for highway? That way, everybody has their marching orders if and when we ever need to use this.
should we wait to adopt it until we have the appendix?
I
or-
would.
Okay,
And then I had a question for you, because of your tenure. In 2003, there was a resolution adopting a Canadice disaster recovery plan. And Bonnie Drake was the town clerk, but I don't know if it got adopted. And if it did, it's like, okay, where's that little bugger?
I just have a copy of it in my code.
Oh, do you really?
I
She
actually
said
think,
used to.
I actually
It's
think
not-
there's a notebook on the shelves in my office that have it.
I'm gonna steal
Let me look.
And take a look.
Okay.
it. Oh,
I can look and see if I still have the electronic copy that Bonnie would
okay,
have had.
okay. Cause wouldn't you like undo that one and
Right,
put,
Yes.
replace that? Okay,
yes,
so.
okay, so we're gonna
No.
defer that one, we're gonna lay that over till next month.
Okay. You owe me.
I know.
In your spare time. Yeah.
Did he already give you the appendix for him? He just suggested.
He's working on it.
No, I had it passed. I gave the recommendation. she
And you
asked
have it.
For an appendix. so,
Okay.
yeah.
You know how that works.
Got it.
We are going to get it done, and it'll actually be executable.
And what would we need the appendix for?
It, what it does is CEO has to wear like 4 different hats during the emergency.
Okay,
And then he delegates. He has to, maybe he sends me to do something for him on a property. And then I have to report back. And I think the same thing happens in highway. Is Jeremy also has 3 or 4 hats that he has to wear.
so it's not just part of the plan to
Yep,
begin with?
No, it's an appendix, and
Why?
that way, so with an appendix, each year, the appropriate department, it's like a budget. Each year, the appropriate department makes any updates to the appendix, and then it's sent in and updated.
Right, because otherwise it would stay the same,
Yeah.
even though the laws and rules
Yeah.
change every.
Okay,
And
Cleaner.
my recommendation is do it annually with your budget. We do it every March, but whatever,
Okay,
okay?
all right. Backup and retention policy. This is one of the ones that was recommended by the auditors and I did some searching and from other. The only thing in there is specific personnel records must retain. I know payroll records are 65 years.
Okay, so I had a question on this too. On retention policies, why don't we just point to the New York State,
records retention.
Okay.
okay, and then you don't have to figure that out. And then chapter 25 in town code actually points to old New York State legislation. Eileen and I talked about that 3 years ago, and we tabled it because we were having fun with the water.
3 years and 2 months.
Okay.
3 years.
20 days.
Can I pull and send you an email?
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna lay that one over and adjust that one.
Thank you.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. That's just fine. That's why I put things, comments first instead of just the resolution. Because I had a feeling there might be
Kate's
some
gonna raise her hand.
adjustments. Kate's gonna raise her hand. Kate's gonna bitch about something.
No, it's good. Yeah.
I'll suggest.
Highly recommend.
Yes, recommend.
Duct tape fixes it.
My husband wants mine strapped to my side.
Put a roll of duct tape.
No, my arms.
Oh. So you can't raise your hand anymore? No, that's fine. And extra sets of eyes are what comes out with a good product in the end. All right, last one. This was just, this came out from the Association of Towns. They adopted a Bill of Rights and this is just, they requested the towns to kind of memorialize it and do a resolution in support. So that's,
Motion to approve.
oh, we're gonna get. In a second? All in favor? Oh, we just had way too much fun. Talked about that. Okay, we're good. Last thing I have on the bills. Is motion to approve the bills, adding a $75 fee for HealthWorks that just came in this afternoon, so it hasn't been added into there yet. That's the monthly, it's the monthly administration fee for the random pool for the drivers for the drug and alcohol testing. So just, we'll add that $75 to the abstracts.
Motion to approve.
Cool, will we bet it?
What?
Cool, are we betting? First one to fail?
All right, there was a first, who did a second?
Mark,
Doesn't matter.
Mark approved, I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved.
Yeah.
All right, anything else for privilege of the floor? Yes?
Yes, 3 things. I did attend the $24 million FLCC Culinary Center groundbreaking today, and it will take less than a year to completely build a $24 million project. So that's pretty exciting. A lot of good partnerships there with the college, the county, the state, and private foundation like the Sands. Number two, the Honeyway Central School District, the community playground build starts tomorrow, 8 a.m., 8 to 8 p.m. Anyone's welcome to drop by and help keep your tax dollars low. Help build that playground. So that's an exciting project. So we have Canada-Ice, Richmond, and Bristol residents. You know, weather forecast is excellent for the next 6 days. I can't believe it. No thunder. And the last one is, I didn't know about the July 22nd. Was that here?
No, it was Zoom.
It was Zoom.
Oh,
It was at the last, meeting, on board.
Yes.
the, for the Harriet Hollister?
Yes.
Yes. There is a link that they, it's
I
been
clicked-
recorded.
Oh, I click, okay, I
You can
click
go
the
on-
notes, but it only has that first meeting, it doesn't have the second.
What are
The
you
one that
talking
was
about?
July, there was no second meeting yet. There was one on July 22nd.
And that link's on the website.
That link's on the website.
Yeah, I just.
The link that
recording
they
of the
sent us is on the website.
Okay. I got a PDF from the meeting, okay.
But there was only one meeting.
So
Yeah.
far.
It's only been one meeting.
Well, but one last year.
Oh.
Wasn't
I'm
it?
talking about the year. Who cares about last year?
Wow.
You need
I
some
think it was
chocolate.
virtual. Yeah,
Wait,
I do.
Check the last sentence, I guess.
pardon me?
Check the last sentence.
Okay. I just copied it from their stuff.
Okay.
Just do the link.
Okay,
Google it.
Yeah, go to their
state-
site.
State,
It's on their site.
yeah, State Parks and Recs, it's on their site.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's about that.
So there was an interesting article that was in our packet about the AI
Yes,
and
yes.
I can feel a law coming down, right?
There already is.
Okay,
There actually is in, the other, round of the, workplace violence and sexual harassment in September from Association of Towns, and then there will also be one on the cybersecurity. Because now that's required also for anybody that uses a, town computer, accesses the web for the town, you know, through a town or a municipal vehicle.
okay.
Whether it be a phone, whether it be a
I'm
computer,
I'm wondering if they're gonna issue framework about what AI to use and what not to use. Cause there's a lot of, and they made the point in the communication that you shared. There's a lot of things that are either PII or darn close. That you know, town employees might throw into an AI learning language model, you know,
Right.
those LLMs. And then poof, the, you know, personal information is gone.
right? Yeah, so,
Interesting.
Cloud Permits implemented a
Did they,
standard AI, it went active,
recommendation?
no, it went active, it's active now 2 months ago, and it's part of.
Cloud Permit.
Cloud Permit, which everybody in town has access.
Not surprised. There will be more.
well, I think what Kate's trying to say is, if we're not careful about what information we put in there, once it's in there,
It's
it's gonna be available to anybody in the
Right.
world.
Gone.
yeah,
Depending on the bot that you use and the LLM. Yeah.
so. Be very careful with use of.
Yeah, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Opposed, carried. Thank you, everyone.